Hey y'all, it's Cyber Saloon. So today I wanted to go over the series Bucket List of the Dead. It was kind of my most anticipated anime that's coming out this season. You saw that crazy trailer where it's just everything's just going batshit. Like as soon as it had a crazy cool color palette. This guy's burnt out from his job, and there's just this boom. It's like, oh shit, there's a zombie invasion. That's kind of what happens. And again, I needed my fix after High School of the Dead because I love that show. Anime does zombies really, really well when it does them right. I mean, you could say that about anything, but a lot of anime, some anime that I've seen involving zombies does them really well. So I was like, okay, I need a new show for my kind of zombie fix. I haven't seen anything with zombies in quite a bit. I was like, okay, let's do it. So, this one is it. I'm trying to think of how to describe this episode. Batshit is probably the best word I can probably use here. I really enjoyed the first half, and the first half was really good, and the second half gets a little nutty. But I'm looking forward to this season though. But I'm not quite sold on it yet. I don't know if that's gonna get me shit on, but I'm not quite sold on it just yet. I'm not. It's still a little bit. Well, we'll see. So the first half, but I do want to start with the great thing about it first. I love the color palette. It did a really good job starting out, like showing how like burnt out he is from his job and how it happens. Like we've been there. Anyone who's watching this who's had a corporate job has been there. Super eager, anxious, ambitious, straight out of college. You want to bust your ass and just go ham and be the very best you can be. And then like when you get into the corporate world, and how quickly it kind of can burn you out. Obviously, I doubt anyone, myself included, this is like a next level, like this, the company that he works for is not a good company. Like, it is extremely exploitative, and we see that, like, he's super, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and it did a scene that did really well. So he's like super excited, he meets this really hot chick from accounting, and it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking do it, let's go. Like super, he goes out with his coworkers, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go ham more, we're gonna do a good job. And they're like, as soon as they stand up to, where it looks like they're going home, they're like, okay, back to the office. And our main character, Tendo, is just kind of like, hold up. Like, what the fuck? He's just like, what? And so, like, he learns very quickly this is not a good company. They work just, like, 70 to 80 hours a week. And the pay, he said his boss's pay stub was, like, 250,000, like, yen, which is not great. I mean, it's not bad, but, I mean, you're not out here, like, racking up, like, $1 million. It's, like, there's a certain justification. Like, if you're working at some, like, investment bank and you're working 70, 80 hours a week, you can kind of justify it to yourself. It's like, okay, I'm making like hundreds of thousands of dollars, not even counting probably the bonuses structured into my pay. So it's like, you can justify it, but it's like, they're not making that. He's not making that much. He has a terrible, like, it's just like they're busting their ass. They like, and you see, it's just like horrible culture. They have like these great benefits, but no one uses it because they would drag down the team. Like, oh yeah, like no one I'm maxing out my PTO or whatever, my leave at 230 hours. I just don't use it. It's just like it's like a really bad competition thing, and they're all just burnt out. They're miserable, like they're like dying, and it's just like the first episode, he doesn't even go home from work for like 2 or 3 days, and you're just like, what the like, bruh. It's kind of crazy. So it does a really good job at painting how miserable he is. Like, he just becomes kind of like a zombie, and that's kind of the intent. Like, he kind of like just, he doesn't see life in color anymore. Like, at the beginning, the color palette like turns from this really bright kind of like and welcoming kind of feel to, like, by the time that he's like burning himself out, he's just like, the color palette goes gray. It does a really good job at showing that. And then he learns that the girl from accounting that he has a crush on is fucking the boss, and you're just like, oh. And then he's just like, he's so just done. And then like he just passes out one day. He's like, this is just what life is, I guess. Like, it's like there's no soul left in him. And then you can see how just burnt and just gone his mind was, because like when the zombie invasion zombie invasion is still dumb. But when the zombie horde comes, and like his first like just go-to thing is, I don't have to go into work today. Not, hey, everyone's dying. Not civilization is going to collapse. Hey, I don't have to go into work the next day. And it's just like, and the color palette comes back, and he goes back to like go, which is kind of creepy, but he goes to check on the girl he had a crush on, and it's just like, she's obviously like the boss who was nailing her obviously is a zombie, and then it's just like he kills his boss, and then like she turns out to be a zombie too. So he's just kind of like, and he ends up, that's how it ends. It's like, oh, he has a bucket list of kind of what he wants to do for, I guess, before he dies. So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. Again, the second half isn't as strong as the first, but we'll see. I want to watch the second episode. I just want to know what the point is, because I thought it was going to be him and maybe some of his office workers going out and surviving, but that everyone in his office is basically dead. So it's just, I'm hoping, I guess I'm really waiting to see what the rest of the supporting cast will be. I like Tendo a lot. He's a good character, but I'm waiting to see what the supporting cast is going to be like. I really enjoyed the episode overall, and I'm definitely excited to see the second episode. Let me know what y'all thought below. Did you enjoy the color palette and the fact they're trying to hide the blood by just using the paint? And did you let me know what you thought of it below. Again, I really like this one, and I thought it was crazy. It kind of seems batshit, and I'm kind of excited to see the rest. All right, that's all I got for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one.